Hi, and welcome back to the Tibetan kindergarten slides. Do you remember the letters from the first row of the alphabet that we looked at last time? So if you can, we're going to follow the instructions here. The instructions are Dadang, Nguzin, Che. Dadang, Nguzin, Che. So what does that mean? Dadang is the sounds. Dadang. The Nguzin is to identify, and Che is to do, like a imperative, a command. Please, telling somebody to do it. So identify the sounds. Dadang, Wuzin, Che. I'll give you a few seconds to try and see if you remember the first four letters. So first this one, then this one, then this one, then this one. Okay, now I'll read them out and you can check if you were right. Nga, ka, ka, ka. Did you do okay? You can keep trying until you get it. They'll become more familiar as you learn more. So here we have some dialogues. So if you're still learning the alphabet, this will be a bit too challenging for learning all the details. But again, I'm providing my notes in the description box for those who want to dig into the vocabulary. And if you just want to listen and learn the phrases, that's okay too. Whichever you're ready for is good. So we're going to look at the instructions or the description of the page, and it says language training. Kage jongdar. Kage is language. If you remember, ka was mouth. Ge is like speech. So talking or language. And then jongdar. Jongdar is practice. Practice or training. So you'll notice that you use the first two letters of the alphabet similar to the way that we do in English. When we say A and B in Tibetans, they use ka and ka. So this is A and B, A, B. Person A, person B speaking. So you can follow along that way. Okay, so this one, let's start with the first sentence. So it's the teacher is saying to the students, hello, lobtrukso kukamsang. So lob is studies, if you remember from the other slide. Truk is child, and tso is the plural, so making it more than one. Lobtrukso, so students, the children who are studying. Kukam, kam is elements. So if you know anything about Tibetan medicine or things like that, they tend to talk about the body being made up of elements. So it's an ancient system that uses, earth and water and fire and wind to explain the different states of matter. And so these are the elements that we're talking about. And ku is the particle for physical things like bodies that is used when you're making it honorific. So if you want to be extra polite, you say kukam. And then sang is like wholesome, something like this. So kukam sang just means something in English you might say something like I hope you're doing well, something like that. But you can just also just keep it as hello. That's fine. kukamsang, and simple way to say hello. I hope you're doing well. So lobjukso kukamsang. And then the students say back to the teacher, teacher, kukamsang. Genla, kukamsang. The teacher then says, your names what are? What are your names? So kerangi is your, ke is you, rang is self, so yourself. Gi is the particle that's used for like of, or in English, often it's apostrophe S, right? So mm, Maria, gi would be Maria's in English. So kerangi is your. Mingla is the word for name. Kare, if you remember from the other slide, is what? The question, what? Sergiyo. So ser is to call, as in calling somebody by their name. So sometimes it's used in slightly different ways, but in this sentence, it means calling, right? So sergiyo. Giyo is just present tense or present perfect tense. So what are your names? Kerangi Mingla, Kare, Sergiyo. And then this is not plural, so it would be Keranso if it was plural. So this is the teacher asking one person, I guess, here. Kerangi Mingla, Kare, Sergiyo. So what is your name? One person's name. And so Nge Mingla Wangmo Sergiyo. My name is Wangmo. My is Nge, Mingla name. Wangmo is her name, Wangmo. And is, in the sense of called, is Sergio. My name is Wangmo. Nge Mingla Wangmo Sergio. And then the teacher says, Wangmo la, how old are you? And in Tibetan, the construction is a little bit different. So we have Wangmo la. La is just a way of being extra polite. When you say somebody's name to them, you add la afterwards. It's like acknowledging them with respect. So, kerang, you. Lo is the word for years, year or years. Kadzu, again, is a question word, and this time it's like how many, or literally it's what measure, but how many, how many. So years, how many. Yin, and again, remember we said that yin is to be, or am is are, but with a personal evidence or personal connection. So that's why she's asking the question with the personal connection, because she's expecting that Wang Mo is going to answer based on her personal evidence and perspective. So she asks the question, like, you personally, how many years old are you? And the answer will have a personal answer for what she is, how old she is. So Wang Mola, how old are you? Wang Mola, kerang lo kadzu yin. And Wang Mo's answer is, I am 8. Nga, I, lo, years, gie, 8, yin, am with the personal perspective. Nga, lo, gie, yin, I am 8. Or I am 8 years old. In English, we have to add the word old. I'm 8 years old, you can say. But you don't need the word old in Tibetan. I'm 8 years old. Nga, lo, gie, yin. So we're going to have a look now at the numbers. This is slide number 14. Sorry, 14. 15. This is where we're going to get a little bit confused, but we're going to look at this right now. My brain always wants to see this as a number 4, but it's a 5. And this is a 4. So you're also probably going to have the same issue. So this one is a 4 and this one is a 5, even though it looks to people who speak English in our mind, this looks like a 4, but it's a 5. So 15. We're on slide 15. Sorry. So numbers, tanka. Tanka is the word for numbers. Tanka. So we're just going to go through all the numbers, and as you'll notice, each number has its own writing style in Tibetan. So you're going to have to get used to that with the trick of the 4 and the 5. The 6 looks kind of like a 6. The 7 has a like a little 7 in there. The 8 looks like the curvy part of the 8 here, so I find that kind of easy. And 9 looks like a backwards 9. So mostly it's pretty easy. So the word for one, I'll read them. I'll read the English first and then the Tibetan, and I'll just read through them all so you can practice and you can loop the sound as required to learn these ones. So one, chik, two, ni, three, sum, four, shi, five, nga, six, truk, seven, dun, eight, gye, nine, gu, 10, chu, 11, chuchik, 12, chungyi, 13, choksum, 14, chupshi, 15, chonga, 16, chutuk, 17, chopdun, 18, chopge, 19, chorpo, 20, nishu, or nishu tamba, you'll hear sometimes. So those are your numbers. I'll just read through them all one time in Tibetan so you can hear everything all at once. Chik, ni, sum, shi, nga, tuk, dun, ge, gu, chu, chuchik, chungni, choksum, chopshi, chonga, chutuk, chopdun, chopge, chorpu, nishu, or nishu tamba. If there are people out there who can do a better job than me at pronouncing, please start making more videos. I would appreciate it. I think I've got it pretty close, but I'm always open to suggestions for improving my accent and my pronunciation. So here we have the second row. And similar to the other one, so silje consonants, cha, the cha, de, row or group. And these are the uchan versions on top, and these are the ume versions on the bottom. So I'll just read through these. Ja, cha, cha, nya. Here's our vocabulary. Chaka, chaka means care. And I'll explain that here. So I guess the best English translation would be they are taking care of things. So you can see in all the pictures, they're taking care of things, cleaning or playing or putting things away, sweeping, dusting, vacuuming. I'm not sure what they're doing here, reading, I guess, playing, reading. And here putting things into a box. Here sweeping dirt into a dustpan, vacuuming, dusting. So taking care of things. So 공조 is them. When you add a sa, it becomes 공조, which is by them. Chaka, care. 책임도. So 책임도 is che is to do, and the kintu is adding the present tense, but impersonal. So when you're talking about other people, giduk is what you use for the present tense, not a personal perspective. So they are taking care of things. 공주, 차가, 책임도. Let's look at the next one. So the next one is a cha, and the word we're going to use for cha is chakapa. Chakapa, which is, as you can see from the picture, a grasshopper. D, which you remember is this, and this is a new word, bu. A bu is an insect, a bug. Bu, chakapa, grasshopper. Re, this is a grasshopper. In English, you don't need to say the word insect, but in Tibetan, you say the bu chakapa re. This this insect is a grasshopper, I suppose you could say in English. But anyway, in English, you would just say this is a grasshopper. Di bu chakapa re. Next, we have cha, the low tone cha. You remember the blue ones are low tones? So just the letter cha is the word for tea, tea. And here we're going to talk about I like tea. I like tea. Nga I cha tea. At la is at or for. Gabo is like or liking. And then ye in this case is easy. It's easiest in English to translate it as have. I have a liking for tea. I have a liking for tea. I like tea. In English, it's easier to say just three words. I like tea, but in Tibetan, you say I have a liking for tea. Nga chala gabo ye. Nga chala gabo ye. Next, we have nya. Nya, low tone, right? The yellow ones, low tone and nasal. Nya. And a nya is a fish. A fish. These are all fish. Each one of these is a nya. So we're saying that there are fish in the water. There are fish. The fish are in the water. So water is chu, chu, and nang is in. So again, you have to think a little bit backwards. Nya is our fish, and duk is existing in a place. They are in a place, and not there's no personal extra information there. It's just where they are, where they're located. So are fish at inside of water. Chui, chu, you'll hear chui or chu, nang tu, nya duk. There are fish in the water. So if you wanted to have a really more precise sentence, something like the fish are within the water or the fish are inside of the water, something like that. But in English, you can just say the fish are in the water. Chu nang tu, nya duk. And we'll stop there. Thank you.